The exact origin of the Aba Cultural Festival is a task for cultural historians to unravel due to lack of historical records. However, oral history has it that it was originally a celebration of victory by the hunters over the initial settlers of the land, now known and described as Igarra Etuno. The Aba Festival is the most spectacular singular event in the celebration of Irepa Festival. It is the highest crowd pulling ceremony among other ceremonies that constitute the Irepa Festival. Available records shows that the event was first celebrated in 1789, even though we have a trace of it to 1678, long before the arrival of the Europeans and the creation of modern-day Nigeria. The celebration of Aba Festival in Igarra marks the commencement of Irepa Azebani title ceremony. The ceremony is a graduating of the town's legislative and law enforcement age group called Opozi to the highest revered council of elders called the Azebani. It takes place every 7 lunar or 6 global calendar years and usually on the 3rd day after the Enu, the New Yam Festival of the same Irepa year, usually in the month of August. The opposite age group is unique. It is always the center of attraction during the festival because having been at the helm of affairs of the town, making laws and enforcing same for 6 years, its members are the chief celebrants of the occasion. On the day of the festival, no other person is allowed to wear any white attire except the celebrants, the graduating Opozi, who would all climb a sacred Opoporiku hill, the community's cultural headquarters. This special day is preceded in the evening of the previous day by the shooting of ceremonial Dane guns and cannons, first in the compound of the Odovidi, the leader of the age group, who must be the oldest celebrant from Eziakuta Opoporiku family, by 2 p.m. and followed by all other celebrants by 4 p.m. The morning of the festival day is usually heralded with lavish entertainment of food and drinks, usually prepared by the major celebrants, the graduating Opoze age group. The major delicacy served is the pounded yam, which every celebrant prepares for members of his family, kindreds and friends. After this, it will be time to let the steam off by each family member, accompanying their celebrants to Ofuamomo, the cultural headquarters.
So Aba or Irepa Festival is a ceremony. It's a ceremony that we do every 7 years, once in 7 years. It is used to allow all the age groups in Igarra to move up. For instance, it is during the Irepa Festival that a new age group is born, and all other age groups before him, they will now move up to the next one. By the way, we have about 7 age groups in Igarra, and Igarra is ruled through this age group system, because each of the age groups in the town, they all have their responsibility in the town.
Aba festival is age grading. It allows us to grade our young men from the age of 19, 20. And what we call age grading is that we have 6 age grades in Igarra. This one's the youths between the ages of 19 and 20. We call them Opafuafu, the naked age group. They're just assembling themselves for the manual work of the community. Then another one, we call them those that are in charge of digging the grave of corpse and other manual jobs. Then the other one, we call them the one that dresses the corpse. But they have other works they do for the community. Then there's another one. All these ones, they have nothing to do. They rest after working for 14 years, 14 lunar years. That is 12 calendar years. Then another age group, we call those ones Opoga. These are the ones that share any community, any dividend in the community. They are the one that shares it. Then when after 7 years again, they become the opposite, those that are celebrating today.
The age grade system in Igarra is with the history of Igarra. Specifically, the Aba festival is part of our culture in our migrational trend from the Kwararafa kingdom, where Igarra people migrated from. We have, as part of the entire Kwararafa kingdom, the Igbiras, then the Igarras. In the migration trend, the Igbiras stayed where they are while we continue the migration. And that is the origin of the name Igarra, that is, we are scattered. Or alternatively, Etuno, that is that land that belongs to those who are still migrating.
By noon, the celebrants, dressed in immaculate white agbadas, white shoes and caps to match, assemble at designated places for the great trek to Ofwa Momo. It is pertinent to note that the celebrants usually dress in immaculate white agbada attires with bells or white horsetails, caps and shoes to match. As a mark of honor to those revered celebrants, no other person, no matter how highly placed, is allowed to wear anything with a trace of white on that day. At Ofwa Momo in Opoporiku, the cultural headquarters of Igarra, the Aba drums, which must have been set ready at the Iretuba, a stone at the center of Ofwa Momo by the owners and custodians, Eziakuta Opoporiku family, are beaten for the celebrants to dance from where they are specially gathered. They are followed by Opoga, the celebrant successors, who have specially stayed in the Agidibobo rock. The celebrants dance and descend from where they stand, which symbolizes their relinquishing of their legislative, other roles, powers and duties to their successors. This confirms the ascension of each of the other age group into the age group system of the community. The Azebani's Council of Elders sent message to the celebrants to pay the Irepa fees. The payment qualifies them, celebrants, to take the titles Irepa Azebani from their various family heads at a later date.
As the revered Aba drum, ahead I can see the Akoko of Igarra on his way. He's coming in triumphantly on the white horse. He's coming in on a white horse.